Do you want to sell your home fast and for top dollar? It all starts with hiring the right agent. No, but really, it starts with hiring the right agent, and hiring the right agent requires the right questions. Stick around, and I'm going to tell you the top questions to ask an agent that you're thinking of using to sell your home. When interviewing an agent, you should ask them what their pricing strategy is. How will you price my home that it will sell quickly and for top dollar in the current market? Your agent should do a data-based approach. It's not just their opinion. It's not just, they haven't just looked up the Zestimate online, right? They should do a comparative market analysis and compare apples to apples and make sure your home is priced in line with homes that compare to yours. You don't want to shortchange yourself. If your home has a lot of upgrades that your neighbor's home, who just sold a few months ago, doesn't have, you're going to want your home priced accordingly. Certain things are worth more or less. There's also market trends. Things change. Don't compare. You don't want your agent to look at a home that was sold a year and a half ago. You want to make sure that they're looking at current market trends of homes that are about a half mile from your home to see what they've sold for. You can also get a pretty good idea of how long it will take to sell it because we can look at days on market. Make sure you ask that agent what their pricing strategy is. Next, ask the agent, what will you do to help me prepare my home for sale? You want an agent who's going to look around your home and see if there is anything that's going to cause red flags during a home inspection. You want them to look around and see if there's things that they can do to stage your home, make it look better, who will be honest with you about maybe decluttering and different things that you can do that will present your home in the best light. You also want an agent, you want to ask them, do you have any resources for me? If I have repairs that I need done to my home, do you have a list of professionals whom you have vetted out and who are affordable for me to hire that you trust and will get my home gleaming, shining, ready to go so that we won't have any surprises during the home inspection? You want to definitely ask that of whatever listing agent you are interviewing. Another question you want to ask is, how do you handle showings and open houses? Especially if you have pets or maybe young children, or let's say you have health conditions or you work from home. You want to know that they will work with you, that they won't just scoff and say, well, you're just gonna have to keep your home available from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day and just get the heck out of Dodge and keep your house perfect for 12 hours a day until we get the house sold. That's not realistic for most people. You need to be able to have a conversation with this agent and make sure that they understand your needs, but that they will also be honest with you to let you know if maybe that's unrealistic what you're looking to do. You know, you can't have your home available 2 hours a day, 1 day a week and expect your house to sell quickly. So you want to ask them what their methods are and how they approach things as far as showings and open houses. I have ways that I do it depending on what my client's situation is, and the person that you're interviewing should have a personalized plan for you and your situation where you will have your home available as much as possible without disturbing your schedule and turning your life upside down until your home is sold. When it comes to offers, ask that agent, how are your negotiation skills? How comfortable are you with negotiating to try to make sure that I'm not overpaying, for example, in buyer brokerage compensation? Ask them what their experience is with negotiation. Ask them maybe what their former client's experience was, what they would say about it. They should be able to arrange the offers, break them down in detail, and discuss with you why this might be a better idea than this. There's so many different parts of an offer and different things to negotiate. Remember, it's not just that number. There's a lot of things to negotiate in a real estate transaction. Another question to ask is, ask your agent, what is your average time to sell a home? And what do you do to keep the process moving along? You know, you want to make sure that you've asked enough questions where you're not hiring somebody who expects to just put a sign in your yard, leave when the deal is over to pick up that sign. You want to ask them, what do they do to keep the process moving along? What are they going to do to make sure your home sells in that average amount of time? Because if it's an average time on market, do not forget to ask the agent, what do you do to help me prepare for the inspection? What do you do to help me prepare for the appraisal? Well, the inspection, the way that they can help you prepare for the inspection is before you even list the home, remember, you want them to lay eyes on the house and look up any potential red flags. And hopefully there'll not be any huge surprises in the inspection, but you need to ask them what they do to help you through that. Again, they may need to call on their handyman, handywoman, and ask them if something comes up on the inspection, ask them how much things cost to fix, because you don't want to over negotiate the price of your home in that inspection time and lose thousands of dollars after you've gone to the trouble of pricing it appropriately. Did you know that there are times when your agent is going to need to go to bat for you if that appraisal comes back low? Now, there are times that an appraisal will come back low. It's happened to me a few times. And as an agent, you have to be able to appeal that appraisal. There's different ways to do that, and you need to make sure that ask that agent, if the appraisal should come back low, what's your process? What do you do? Have you ever had that happen before? And what was your experience? Again, you don't want to just have an appraisal come back low and have that cost you thousands of dollars because your agent doesn't know how to negotiate and doesn't know how to fight for you and get you the money that you deserve for your home. Here's a question you may not have thought of, and you may not even realize it. Are you super attached to your home? Do you have like a real emotional attachment? Did you raise your kids in the home and now you're an empty nester? Are you a widow and your husband passed away? There's different reasons that you could be really emotionally attached to your home. And this also applies to those of us in the sandwich generation who may be helping our parents list their homes. You need to ask that agent, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with somebody who is emotionally attached to the home? It's not just a transaction. It's not just a house. How do you deal with that and things that may come up that may make the person feel really upset? You know, for example, if it's a widow and her husband had passed away and they lived in the house for 35 years, they're not just selling a house, they're selling a piece of their husband or their spouse that has passed away. You need to ask that agent questions that will help you know that they would be the right agent for you to deal with that particular home sale. Okay, this is super important, y'all. You need to ask, what are your fees? Can you give me an idea? Can you give me a breakdown of not just your fees, agent, but also any other expenses that might come up? Make sure you ask this. Say, can you give me a breakdown of your compensation and any other expenses that I might be expected to come up with during this process? I try to thrive on pure transparency. You make sure that you have it all written down. They can do a net to seller sheet that will show you exactly what you can expect. Now, we don't know down to the penny. They can give you a pretty good idea. They can definitely tell you what their compensation is, and you guys need to decide what is the buyer brokerage compensation, if any, and any other fees that may be involved in that. You need to ask them, what can I expect to pay to sell my home? If you found this video helpful, or if you hated it, leave me some comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. I'm Amy Parris Cook, your North Georgia Realtor, and our channel is Moving to North Georgia. I'd love for you to share, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell, all the things. We'll see you next time.